For our last hero puppet, the crinoid needs a column of mobile and removable discs. They need to be supported in the middle by a wire so that the whole puppet is posable, and the idea comes from this first version, but the column doesn't have the movement I need. Some years back, my mom came to visit and brought me a big bag of my old polymer clay from when I was a kid. It's super old and crumbly, but I could use it by mixing it with some too soft fresh clay. And I need to cut every disc out to the same diameter, but my cutter's too big. So I make some new ones using the metal from tea lights and wrap them around pens to find the most appropriate size. I cover the sharp tops with tape and polymer clay, and from there it's good to go. So again, using popsicle sticks as spacers, I roll out the clay to an even thickness. I cut a heap of these things forever and texture the outside of every disc with a needle to make a reeded edge, add the center hole, and stamp some with stars. I bake them one note card at a time. I thread them on this copper wire, but they don't look nice, so I take them all off again and try to match them as closely as possible in size and thickness to their neighbors and put the columnals with stars on the ends. I make a new holdfast with wire and attach it to the base and cover it with the string and glue method. Now it's posable too. I hit the whole thing with yellow to match. And this is what dissatisfaction looks like, and here it is in stereo pair. A repaint didn't solve the problem, and it's those small pinwheels, huh? I didn't have access to the same laser cutter, so I got a Cricut and made a much larger and more dynamic design on thick paper. I used the same wire and string method as with the felt, and these are gorgeous and really nicely posable. Another fine art storyboard, and then it's time for scene setup. I painted this bit of denim as the deep sea floor, needs more contrast though. Then I took the time to properly hide the rig, no spill color, lessons learned. And now it's time to work out the movement for this beast. I worked out the shapes on an 8-frame sequence for each arm and used sticky tabs to keep track of them. So here's the setup, my camera, the lights, the set, the bare feet, the animation guide, and the tools of the trade. Starting positions, ready, go! And then I had a bit of difficulty animating them. I had used sticky tape to hold them down, but it wasn't enough and they'd pop off, so I eventually ended up stapling them. Anyway, for the last feeding scene, I did something unusual and got my partner to help, and no glitter escaped. For this last scene, I finally got a new camera, and it works, and it doesn't shut itself off, and it looks so beautiful! Time for Rook's close-up. When I was recording sound, I had nothing to hold up my secondhand microphone, so I made this cute stand out of some trash, wood-glued cardboard covered in clay and painted. I recorded all my sound effects with this, and even learned some crude music skills on the half-broken keyboard behind it. Before a friend took pity on me and gave me this keyboard. Thank you, Tom! A fan of freeware, I recorded the audio in Audacity, made the music for Stars of Stone and Cakewalk, and used DaVinci Resolve to put everything together. I hope you enjoyed this little whirlwind tour. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell if you'd like more. I'd love to hear what you thought in the comments too. For sticking around, here's a little teaser for an animation I'm working on. Thanks, and have a nice day!